Hey guys, so part 3 of the Dragon Ball Legends 6th anniversary is now live in game, and we have Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta out. His banner is live. We have done our summon stream, and I have had time to now experience what it is like to summon on this banner. We know what the featured characters are, and at this point we now have full information as to all of the different banners that are going to release throughout the course of the anniversary. We have all the banners that are still live. This banner's up for 15 more days. It goes away on the 26th of July. The part 2 banners are actually up until August 6th, so we have a lot of time, actually, basically almost a full month until the part 2 banners go away. And then the part 1 banners go until the 17th, so just a week left before the part 1 banners go away. So if you are somebody that was extremely patient with your CC, you wanted to see what all 3 parts were before you decided to summon on a banner, now we have full information as to what we have, so it's a... You know, if you were actually patient enough to be able to do that, now you can make an informed decision as to what you want to summon on. But this video is mostly going to be centered around taking a look at the Ultra Gogeta 4 banner, the Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta banner, and seeing how good it is, and whether or not I would recommend summoning for this character. So let's go ahead and jump into the featured list of characters on the banner. So of course we have Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta himself. I can't technically really give a definitive determination as to how good this guy is because we haven't used him yet. PvP is currently still in maintenance as of me making this video. But I think it is very obvious this guy is going to be at the very bare minimum top 3 in the game. Like there's no way he's below that, I don't think. And I think there's going to be a very, very strong argument for him to be straight up the best character in the entire game, which is typically how things are when the Anniversary Ultra character releases. Same thing with Legends Festival Ultra. They always go over the top with the Ultra characters, so... very, very high chance this guy is just straight up the best character in the entire game. Tag 4s, who are, I would just say, mediocre. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with his Zenkai Awakening, I would just say, is okay. The Zenkai Awakened LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku is mediocre to not great. Vegito is just strictly a bench character at this point, but if you do pull this character, this is the single best bench character in the game to run alongside Gogeta. You run him on bench, and then you run Gogeta as like one of your 3 characters, and Gogeta's getting a lot of power and a lot of stats from this Vegito. Bulla, I would say, is still pretty good as just like a 3rd character option, support character, disrupt character for your team. This guy is just completely dead, this Android 17. This Goku, I'm not really the biggest fan of this guy's Zenkai Awakening. I didn't think they did enough for him, but he could be a solid bench character. He buffs blue GT and double Z ability buffs as well. Majub is waiting for his Zenkai Awakening. This guy's waiting for his Zenkai Awakening. This guy's waiting for his Zenkai Awakening. This guy's like not even a great bench character. This guy's honestly not a great bench character either. And the reason why I say that, same thing with Vegeta, is all 3 of these Super Saiyan 4 characters only buff one stat with their Z abilities, which is not really what you want to see. Technically speaking, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku can be a pretty good bench character for Gogeta just because he's giving him a Z ability and Zenkai ability combo, but it would have been a lot better if he would have been giving a 2nd stat with a Z ability, because currently this guy only gives, well, I say currently, but they're not going to change it. This guy gives only strike attack with a Z ability, unfortunately, which is not like terrible, but it would have been better if he had 2 stats there. But yeah, I mean, these guys have their unique equipments, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I would say they're at least usable. I wouldn't say they're like beyond saving. Like they're not great, but they're just like, you can pass by using them, maybe. So they're not great, but they're not like actual trash. Gotenks is one of the best benches in the game for Fusion Warriors, and that is it for the featured characters. Once we go past this point, every character's rates are very, very low. So up until this point, I guess, is what we should consider when looking at this banner. I will just straight up tell you guys, this is a bad banner, okay? There's no sugarcoating it. This is the same thing that happens every single time we get an Ultra banner. The Ultra banner format, number 1, is not good. There are no summon coins. There's no like pity system on these banners. And the featured lineups are generally pretty bad. The reason being is because they know they don't need to entice people to summon when Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is the headlining character here. They don't need to add anything additionally to that. They know that people are going to be summoning for him. They know he's going to be able to sell himself. And with how good he is, with how flashy he is, with how good the art is, like everything about this character, both aesthetically and practically in terms of how good he is, like that's all you really need to make people summon on this banner. So that's probably, I think, why they decided not to give Ultra banners a very good featured lineup. And again, it's not just for this one specifically. Every single Ultra banner has always had they've always had bad lineups. So technically speaking, this is a bad banner. Like there's no getting around that. That is the way it is. Either you're going to pull Gogeta and you're going to make out very, very well from summoning on here, or you're not going to pull Gogeta, which is certainly the more likely option. You're more likely than not to not pull Gogeta. And if you don't pull Gogeta from this banner, you are going to walk away with not a very good lineup of characters, unfortunately. So I think what I would say, I mean, this character, at least on paper initially, and reading through his kit, he looks so powerful to me, and he looks like he's going to age very, very well just based off of what he's doing. I think there's actually a real argument for me to recommend for people to summon for one copy of him. I think what you should probably do is, now that we know the full lineup of the anniversary banners, I would say it's definitely not a terrible idea to try and pull one copy of Gogeta and then take the rest of your CC and summon on this banner, the Super Vegito banner. I think the Super Vegito banner at this point probably is the best. Well, this and the Ultimate Gohan banner are probably the two best banners during this anniversary. Is it? I mean, now that we have the Zenkai character information too, let me just quickly see. So Gogeta, them, Namegoku, Kid Goku, Super Vegeta. This guy's on here still, huh? I didn't remember that. Okay, let me just take another quick peek at Gogeta's banner. I remember not being a huge fan of Gogeta's banner. Oh, Zamasu's on here, and Broly. This has gained a lot of value since the beginning of the anniversary because Broly has Zenkai'd, Fusion Zamasu has Zenkai'd. This guy's a really good bench. The Gammas are not great, Orange Piccolo's not great, Goku and Frieza are not great, and then this guy's not great, and Bardock is not great. Bardock's like a good bench, I guess. I would say still prioritize the Vegito banner over this. So the reason why I'm saying I think you should summon on these two banners maybe over the Part 2 banners, I think, like, in a vacuum, this Ultimate Gohan banner I think is probably the best banner in the anniversary. But the reason why I'm saying to prioritize summoning on the Part 1 banners is because these banners go away much earlier. These are only a week left. So I would say go for one copy of Gogeta, I think is probably fine to do. I would say set a limit for yourself on how much you want to spend on this. I would say if you have saved up like 30k CC, 35k CC, probably not worth spending all 35k CC on this banner. I'd probably say set a limit of yourself at like 15k CC. Try your luck on this banner. If you pull Gogeta, the second you pull the first copy, I'd say stop. And then maybe once you get up to 15k CC, if you've not pulled them at that point, I would probably say stop as well. Move on to the Part 1 banners. Do some summons on Gogeta. Do some summons on Vegito. I'd probably say prioritize this one over the Gogeta banner, but they're both pretty good at this point. And then once that is done, because again, these banners only go away in a week. After these banners have gone away, you'll have time to go back to the Part 2 banner and summon for Ultimate Gohan. The God Goku banner, I'm not really a huge fan. I think this is probably the weakest of the banners that we've seen during this anniversary. Let me just take another look here. Vegito, BRS. Yeah, this is probably the weakest besides Gogeta. I mean, this might even be worse than the Ultra Gogeta banner, to be honest with you guys. Like, this is a very unimpressive lineup for me. I would probably say steer clear of this God Goku banner, unfortunately. Unless you're just a really big God Goku fan, of course. I can't really speak to that, but one copy of this guy, set a limit for yourself, do some summons on both these Part 1 banners, and then after that, once these banners have gone away, I would say prioritize the Ultimate Gohan banner after that. That's, I think, the path that I would take if I was going to recommend the ways for you guys to get the most value out of your CC. I just think this Gogeta is probably too powerful to skip, at least from what we're seeing now. I don't think we're going to be in a situation where it's like, oh, actually, I used him and he's not as good as we thought. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he's going to be pretty good, okay? But I could see a situation where this Gogeta, Vegito or Gogeta, and then Ultimate Gohan on like a leader slotted Fusion Warrior team could be the best team in the game. So that could be a thing you want to try and do. I think this Gohan's going to age really well too. But again, I'm just saying this order because this is the order of which the banners are going to go away, right? These banners are only up for 6 more days, and then these banners are up until the beginning of August. Again, almost a month from now is when they're up until, and then the Gogeta banner is up until sort of like the end of July. So again, this banner in a vacuum, looking at the featured characters, looking at the banner formats, this is not a very good banner, okay? But that's been established. We all know this. That's standard to what the Ultra banner formats have become now. But Gogeta himself is just so crazy. Again, set a limit for yourself on how much you want to spend. If you pull him, move on. If you don't pull him in the amount of CC you've set for yourself, I would say still move on. Part 1 banners, prioritize these after that. And then once these banners go away, jump over to the Gohan banner, do some summons on there. And I think that's a solid plan. We don't know what's coming next. The anniversary, technically, I think if we go over to the news here, I think it ends next week, like technically speaking. Let me just quickly see 6th anniversary. This goes away on the 26th, but let me just see. Yeah, this goes away on the 6th. Where's like the events? Because the events will tell us when the anniversary actually goes away. 13th of August, 17th. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 17th, which is next week, is like the actual official end of the anniversary. We do know we are going to be getting the Zenkai Awakening for Sin Shenron. So what I think is going to happen actually, and this is based upon the same format that we saw last year in terms of timing, is we got the LF Purple Cell and Banner Unit 1% sparking green Super Saiyan Gohan on the basically what would be the 24th this year. So I think what will probably happen is the anniversary will sort of wrap up next week. We'll get the final update for the anniversary, which is going to be Yellow Sin Shenron Zenkai Awakening. And then the following week, the 24th, will be when we get the next celebration, the next banner. So we have some time until then. So, and even regardless of that, I think the anniversary banners are probably just going to be better anyway. So that is basically what I'm thinking about the banners you should be prioritizing here for the 6th anniversary. Gogeta's crazy, banner not so much. First part 1 banners are good, and then Ultimate Gohan banner. So that's what I think. Hopefully you guys have good luck with your summons if you are deciding to summon for Gogeta, which I imagine most people are because he's crazy and he's hype and he's a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which we don't get often. He's only the 2nd character of all time. This is only his 2nd character of all time in the game. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.